Next topic is drafting of the constitution, how the Indian constitution was made. The constitution was framed by the Constituent Assembly. So who made the Indian constitution? It was the body known as Constituent Assembly. Its members were elected by the members of the Provincial Legislature Assembly. So the members of the Constituent Assembly were the members who were elected by the Provincial Legislative Assemblies. When India gained independence, the Constituent Assembly served as the first parliament. So when we got independence, Constituent Assembly was referred as the first parliament. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was chosen to head the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly, which was formed in August 1947. So, who was the head of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution or the Constituent Assembly was the B.R. Ambedkar, and it was formed in August 1947. The drafting committee took 3 years to complete the task framing the Constitution. So it took 3 years to complete the different types of rules and regulation of the Indian Constitution. On 26 January 1950, the Constitution was formally adopted. So on this day the Constitution was formally adopted, and this day is celebrated as the Republic Day from 1950. Features of the Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India aims to establish a secular, sovereign, democratic society for its citizens. So in the Indian Constitution, it established a secular state. That means all are equal, and every religion are given respect in our Indian Constitution. Sovereign, that means all the individual, whether they are Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, all are equal in the eyes of law. And democratic society, that means all the individual have a right to vote. So these type of aims were given by the Indian Constitution to the normal citizen of our country. It is the longest constitution in the world with more than 400 articles and is divided into 12 schedules. So our Indian Constitution is considered as the longest constitution in the world, and it has more than 400 articles and which are divided into 12 schedules. The Constitution has been amended many times since it was adopted, and there have been more than 100 amendments to it. So plus there are more than 100 amendments which were done so that they can change the law. Let us look at some of the special features of the Constitution. Now we will discuss one by one the different special features of the Indian Constitution. First is the preamble. The preamble is an introduction to the Constitution. So what does the term preamble mean? Preamble mean it is the introduction to the Constitution. It highlights the values and principle of the Constitution. So it gives importance of the principles and values of our Constitution. It also mentions the objective that the Constitution seeks to achieve. So it also gave the different types of objectives which the Constitution were made so that they can run the country in a better way. We can see here in figure 1.2 the preamble. This is the preamble of our Indian Constitution. We the people of India. So these are written in our Indian Constitution. Satyamev Jayate. Next is sovereignty. After years of being a British colony, it was important for India to proclaim its independent status. So the British had ruled our country for 200 years, right? So now it was the time for India to be independent. The preamble states that the India is a sovereign country. This means that the government of the country has an absolute independent authority over the areas within the territorial boundaries of the country. The country is free from any external control. So what does the term sovereign mean? Sovereign means that all our India is an independent body, and no other people or a group of people or no other country can dominate us, just like British rule had done. And the government of our country has the absolute authority to make the different rules and regulation, and the people of this country are free from any external control. That means by the dominance of the foreign country. Federalism. We have already studied that in a vast country like India, the government functions at two levels, central and state. Federalism means dividing the power into two equal halves so that so the government can run in a better way. So we have already discussed that the Indian government were divided into two parts, that is the central level and the state level. There are also local government in villages and cities. So the third tier system of the Indian government is local government. They are established at the village and cities level. The constitution defines the federal structure, which means government at two levels. The constitution also clearly defines the power and function of the two levels of the government. So in India there are two levels of a government, but at present there are three tier system, that is first is central, second is state, and the third is local government.